marker is delayed gratification, consistently choosing future financial security over immediate pleasure. This one is particularly invisible because no one sees the purchases you don't make, the upgrades you decline, the lifestyle inflation you resist. A famous Stanford marshmallow study and its replications have shown that the ability to delay gratification in childhood correlates strongly with financial outcomes in adulthood. But this is not a fixed trait, it's a practice that can be developed. People who build invisible wealth have trained themselves to feel the pull of immediate desire and choose to wait anyway, not because waiting is easy, but because they have internalized that every dollar consumed is a dollar that cannot compound. The seventh invisible marker is building diversified income streams without public announcement. The side business that no one at the office knows about, the rental property generating cash flow that never comes up in conversation, the dividend portfolio quietly producing income every quarter. According to IRS data, individuals reporting income from multiple sources have significantly higher average net worth than those relying on single income streams. But you would never know who has multiple streams by looking at them. The second income doesn't show on their clothes or their car. It only shows on their balance sheet. The eighth invisible marker is perhaps the most important, and it ties all the others together: the cultivation of productive solitude and financial reflection. People who build invisible wealth spend time alone thinking about their money, not anxiously checking balances, but strategically evaluating their trajectory, their allocation, their progress toward goals. They schedule time to review their finances, to course correct when needed, to ensure that their daily behaviors align with their long-term objectives. This reflection habit is invisible to everyone, but essential to the process. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Financial Planning found that individuals who regularly reviewed their financial plans were significantly more likely to report feeling on track for retirement goals. The review itself costs nothing and looks nothing, just a person sitting quietly with a spreadsheet or a notebook, but it compounds into dramatically different outcomes over decades. Now here's what most people don't realize about these 8 markers. You might already have several of them. You might be packing your lunch, optimizing your commute time, delaying purchases, and quietly investing without fanfare. And if you're doing these things, you're not behind. You're building invisible wealth in exactly the way it actually works. The problem is that society doesn't celebrate these behaviors. No one gives you a trophy for eating leftovers. No one applauds when you drive a paid-off car. No one notices when you invest $500 instead of spending it. The visible markers of success are everywhere: the Instagram posts, the luxury advertisements, the coworkers showing off new purchases. The invisible markers of actual wealth accumulation receive no recognition, which makes it easy to feel like you're failing when you're actually succeeding. Right now, you probably see yourself based on what you have and what you display, measuring your progress against the visible markers that society has taught you represent success. But there is another way to see yourself. You might be Patricia without knowing it. You might be quietly, invisibly, steadily building the kind of wealth that will matter when it matters most, when you want to retire, when you face a health crisis, when you want options instead of obligations. The person who looks impressive today is often the person who will look desperate in 20 years. The person who looks ordinary today is often the person who will have freedom that the impressive-looking person cannot imagine. The invisible markers are not consolation prizes for people who cannot afford the visible ones. They are the actual mechanisms of wealth creation, the behaviors that compound, the choices that accumulate, the habits that separate the genuinely wealthy from the merely wealthy appearing. Stop measuring yourself against what you see. Start measuring yourself against what actually matters.